Is selling something worth it? We like to think about the money we might get for an item, but don't forget the time, energy, and effort it takes to sell something. Like selling on eBay. You have to spend time researching other listings to see what people are willing to pay for that item. You have to take photos and write an appealing description. You have to estimate shipping costs. You might have to answer questions from people. Then after the auction, you have to pack and ship the item. Time is an incredibly valuable asset. All the time needed to sell something is a cost. Even checking my listing to see if people are watching or bidding on my item, that time suck is a cost too. I recently listed 2 air purifiers on eBay instead of donating because they're in great shape and were expensive purchases. Because I didn't want to deal with packing and shipping them, I listed them as a local pickup only. Well, maybe I saved myself the trouble of packing and shipping, but I didn't figure in the human factor. The guy who ended up buying them was a bit of a pain in the ass. First, he offered less than I was hoping to get, but because I want to get rid of stuff, I agreed. Then he asked me to end the auction early because he couldn't wait 6 more days and had to have the items the next day. I want to get rid of stuff, so I agreed. Then he asked if he could pick them up early the next morning. I'm not a morning person, but I want to get rid of stuff, so I agreed. A huge rainstorm hit that evening and was still going strong the next morning. I got up early to wrap the purifiers in plastic to protect them from getting wet. 20 minutes before we were supposed to meet, the guy calls and asked if we can reschedule for 5 hours later. I let him know I wasn't thrilled about having to do so, especially since I'd already accommodated multiple requests from him. Met him in the afternoon, and he told me the reason he needed to reschedule was because he had gone back to bed that morning since it was raining so hard. Yeah, I would have liked to have stayed in bed too, but I got up because I promised to meet you early in the morning. Well, the air purifiers are gone. I got some money for them, but was the effort it took to sell them worth it? If I'm completely honest with myself, no. Time is the only real commodity in this world. It's the only real thing of value. The effort it took me to get a few dollars back on my original purchase actually cost me far more than it was worth. This is something I'm going to really have to fight within myself. The strong urge to try to recoup some of the sunk costs of my possessions. It's not worth investing more time and energy into things that not only do me no good, but are actually doing me harm. I understand this logically, but it's a huge challenge for me. Down below, I've posted a link to an excellent article about letting go of sunk costs. It's a short article with a lot of punch. Now, if I can just get those important points to sink into my thick skull.